Meanwhile, the other aspect, ladies and gentlemen, big development. As the focus is on the results of the 5 state polls, there are some other aspects. So let's just bring this to light. A massive debate has erupted after the National Medical Commission rebranded itself with a coloured image of Dhanvantri. And this is at the center of the logo. That's where we see Dhanvantri and the word Bharat replacing India. The change has sparked massive debate within the medical fraternity itself. While some have welcomed the move, saying medicine is going back to its roots, others have said it will hamper the secular structure. So, a black and white image to a color image will hamper the secular structure. Calling Bharat, calling ourselves Bharat will hamper the secular structure. Meanwhile, Communist Party of India, Marxist leader Thomas Isaac has called the establishment of bigots. That's what he's called it. That's on his tweet. Bigots of the first order. That's what he's called the establishment for effecting this change, because in his tweet, he said that the logo of Ashoka has been replaced. The Ashoka pillar, the 3 lines, that's what has been replaced with Dhanvantri, and he said they are bigots of the first order. The National Medical Commission has, however, defended the move and said that there is nothing to sensationalize, as nothing has been significantly changed. India, that is Bharat, so we've put Bharat there. And it's a black and white to color. The image of Dhanvantri was already part of the logo. So, Mr. Isaac, perhaps you were misinformed. On the other hand, NMC went on to clarify that all members unanimously decided that color should be added to the image. Let us make it look better. The commission clarified that Dhanvantri logo, which existed in the form of black and white line diagram, was changed to color as it was not printable. NMC said that Dhanvantri is the god of health and healing in Bharat. NMC even clarified that the name Bharat was adopted by the country, hence it is replaced with India. What is all this fight about? Let's dive into it. Ratan Sharda, author and someone who leans towards the RSS, with us. George Kurian, political analyst, and Acharya Vikramaditya, founder of the Vivekananda Nature Cure Hospital. Establishment of bigots of the first order. Ratan Sharda ji, strong words coming from Mr. Thomas Isaac, who now we realize was thoroughly misinformed. The 3 lines were never there part of the logo.
I am trying to scamper from a Trishul, so I look like a bigot. Actually not. See, it shows the total colonialized mindset which is not ready to get free. It is trivialization which has been raised to the level of controversy of people who just would cry for anything. Medical Council of India established in 1933, and which was the image on that particular logo? It was Asclepius. I am not a Greek, I am not a Padha Likha Admi like Sanjay Jha, so I will tell you the spelling, Asclepius, which is Asclepius. This god was there since 1933. Okay, it was British. Here is the image. Yeah. It was a British government. So I can understand they preferred a Greek god to a Hindu, Ayurvedic or a doctor. So they put Asclepius. But for 2020, nobody thought about it. That we had a medical council which was carrying a Greek god's image that was secular. That was not even Indian. Nobody knew who the person was. So it was replaced later on. And the talk of this Ashok was actually, as the council was formed, they had no logo. I have talked to topmost people, and they said they had an open talk. They sent out messages asking for some interesting logo designs, and so many ideas came. Finally, new logos accepted. Okay, Dhanvantri is already there. After 3 years of communist wakes up, a bigot of the first order living in North Korea perhaps, and who says it's a bigotry. The well-known Indian god of cure, of medical, is bigot, but a Greek god is secular. I don't understand. India became Bharat as per constitution. They have a problem. I don't understand. So this is very strange, created controversy, because every morning they think, "Aaj kya shor machana hai?" So some toolkit tells them, "Boss, ye naya story aaya hai." So this story, when Dhanvantri comes from black and white to color, suddenly everything erupts. Why can't the medical council look a little better? Why can't look at little colorful? I do not know. So this is just a lot of hot gas, and people will understand the stupidity of the people who raise this issue. And when they look at the entire story, they will themselves be so foolish that we in India waste so much of time, precious time, on these kind of trivial things. And people who raise the issue, whether Kerala or TMC, they should understand what are the real issues of India, not these kind of things. Which we have roots. We have medical science which is much older than anybody else. Ayurveda treatise which is 5,000 years old, but we can't have Dhanvantri. We'll have some other person, we'll have oath in the name of some Greek god, but we have our own oath of medical science, which is I just read 3 days back. We can't read it. And it clearly says, I think Charak or somebody, that your confidentiality of the patient should be kept. It should be should not be shared with anybody. Imagine so many thousands back we had that culture, but we want to still look at West. That is a colonial mindset. I can't say any more than this.
George Kurian.
Anand, a very good evening to you, to my co-panelists on the show and to your audience. Anand, I would request 90 seconds of uninterrupted time to put forward my views. Sir, here.
Please take 120. Go ahead.
Please understand that the National Medical Commission is an apex regulatory body and a non-political by nature. And the change of a logo of NMC is unnecessary and unacceptable, as it defeats the very idea of scientific and evidence-based modern medicine in India and to the modern medical fraternity at large. The logo sends a very wrong message, and it will harm the scientific and secular nature of the commission by itself. Many doctors and association heads and medical professionals have taken it to social media to express their disagreement to the very idea of changing the logo. It's very easy to say from black and white to color, but the Hindutva ideology is they're trying to implement and put it forcefully to the larger audience here, and the body is non-approachable and hardly responds to RTIs and things like that. And there is also, we need to understand the very primary function of the NMC is to lay down policies and maintaining high-level quality standards of medical education, and to also look into the regulating of medical institutions, medical research centers and medical professionals, and also the human resource part of it, and as far as health is concerned and healthcare, and the infrastructure is concerned. So these are the primary things that the association should look into, and we all understand the Ayushman Bharat has failed miserably. So this is nothing but diversionary tactics from the Bharatiya Janata Party to rename things and bring it in a new order.
Sir, but they have not renamed it. It's still the National Medical Commission. It's just that they have reworked the logo so that it can be printed easily. Dhanvantri was still there. It's just that it's in color now. He is in color now. And he is seen the forefather of medicine, Indian medicine. So where is the problem? The problem, you should have actually called out those who have misinformed, deliberately tried to misinform. There is no Ashoka logo, they said Ashoka logo. How is it bigoted that I change from black and white to color so it becomes an establishment of bigots? You should have called out, sir, that there should be better issues to focus on. Like you said, there should be better issues that should be raised. Mr. George Kurian.
Well, I mentioned about the Ayushman Bharat Health and Wellness Center, which has been renamed to, the Ayushman Bharat Mandir and all that thing. So I strongly believe that, the renaming...
No, they have not. It's called the Arogya Mandir, sir. It's not called Ayushman Bharat Mandir. Arogya Mandir is just it's a Bharatiya way of calling a medical center. That's all they have done. And majority of the people in our country, at least north of the Vindhyas, understand Arogya Mandir better than medical center. That's the understanding. You can have saying that, okay, why are you changing the name? You can say that. But here it is about Dhanvantri. Do you have a problem with Dhanvantri being representing Bharatiya medicine?
In that case, the government should have, when it launched the scheme, it should have made it clear Arogya Mandir in the first place itself. Why call it Ayushman Bharat Health and Wellness Center when Indians are living in rural areas, they don't understand English. So
that's a fair question to answer. Fair question to ask. Ratan Shardaji raised his hand, and then Acharya Vikramaditya, I'll come to you, sir. Thank you for your patience. Yes, Ratan Shardaji.
This total antipathy to anything which is ancient, which belongs to Bharat, is so clear from the word of George Kurian. He says Ayurveda is unscientific. Basically, he assumes that Ayurveda is unscientific. While the world is moving towards Ayurveda, towards inner health rather than the outer health, it is talking of palliative health rather than preventive health rather than palliative health care. When people believe that being healthy is much better than being sick and then being cured, because all the allopathy has been curing the sick, it is not about not falling sick, which is what Ayurveda does. Ayurveda looks inside for all the cure, but that for them is not scientific. Why world is copying Ayurveda, making herbal medicines, pirating our own granthas, but for them this is bigotry. By saying Arogyam Paramam Dhanam, which means health is greatest wealth. There's a problem with people like Korean and all other seculars who believe it is bigotry. So Sanskrit, the oldest, most scientific language preferred by even computer languages now, for them is totally outdated, totally bigotry, totally Hindu. So language Hindu, science becomes Hindu for them. This is the mindset.
No, so let us ask Dr. Let us ask Vikramaditya ji. He's a doctor, he's an acharya, he runs a natural care center as a hospital, Vikramaditya Hospital. So Ayurveda is bomb comes here. Dhanvantri is a problem, it's an establishment of bigots as far as Mr. Thomas Isaac. How would you want to respond to all the critics?
नरसिम्हा जी, अभी भी क्या है, कुछ लोग कॉलोनियल सेट ऑफ माइंडसेट से अभी भी रह रहे हैं। उनको आपके नाम से भी दिक्कत हो सकती है, उनको आपके नाम से भी दिक्कत हो सकती है, आपके नाम में नरसिम्हन ऐड है, उससे भी उनको दिक्कत हो सकती है। बहुत सारी लोग इस प्रकार के हैं, अभी भी वो चाहते हैं कि हिंदुस्तान, अगर इनसे जॉर्ज साहब से पूछा जाए कि हिंदुस्तान के क्या जो हमारे प्राकृतिक जो योग एवं आयुर्वेद इत्यादि के पतंजलि इत्यादि जो ऋषि हुए, क्या उन्होंने कोई रिसर्च करी, तो अभी बोल देंगे कोई रिसर्च नहीं है। अभी बोल देंगे चरक संहिता इत्यादि की जो किताबें हैं, ना तो इन्होंने पढ़ने का प्रयास किया और ना कभी इसके बारे में कोई अध्ययन करने का प्रयास किया। आज भी क्वालिटी सेट ऑफ माइंड जो इनके दिमाग में है, उसमें कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में लिखा है भारत और इंडिया से भी इनको दिक्कत है। आज तक इंडिया यूज होता रहा, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में लिखा है इंडिया दैट इज भारत, वहां पे इक्वल है ना। तो जब आज इंडिया यूज होता रहा, किसी को कोई दिक्कत नहीं थी। आज जब सेम वर्ड यूज भारत हो गया तब दिक्कत क्यों हुई? 70 साल तक कोई दिक्कत नहीं हुई। चलो 70 साल तक बारी बारी खेल लेते ना, बारी बारी आपका एक इंडिया वर्ड यूज होता रहा, कोई दिक्कत नहीं थी। जब इंडिया इज इक्वल टू भारत, तो आप मुझे बताइए भारत में क्या दिक्कत होगी यूज होने में? ये सारा का सारा कॉलोनियल सेट ऑफ माइंड है, जिनको इंडियनाइजेशन, आज भी हमको इंडिया वर्ड से जिसको कहा सपेरों की दुनिया वाला खेल खेलने के लिए बात करते हैं, वो हमें अभी भी अनकल्चर्ड मानते हैं और उससे निकलने को तैयार नहीं है। इंडिया की जो रिच कल्चर है उसको आगे लाने में इनको दिक्कत हो जाती है। पूरे विश्व ने इन भारत से सीखा, आयुर्वेद पूरे विश्व में इस वक्त एक्सेप्ट किया जा रहा है। अमेरिका में सबसे ज्यादा हर्बल प्रोडक्ट बिकते हैं साहब, जो फूड सप्लीमेंट्स के अंदर सबसे ज्यादा इंडियन भारत के आयुर्वेद की आप दुकान कहीं भी बोल दीजिए, किसी भी कुछ दिन पहले अमेरिका गया, वहां पर आमतौर पे जो हर्बल प्रोडक्ट्स हैं इंडिया के आयुर्वेद के नाम से इतने ज्यादा लोग ले रहे हैं, लेकिन अभी भी यहाँ पर कुछ लोग जो है वो कॉलोनियल सेट ऑफ माइंड।
मैं आपको इंटरप्ट कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि बहुत बड़ी खबर आ रही है।